So DC's been in the news a lot over the last week. So that means I have a lot to get into. This will be the first of, I guess, 3 videos. Even though 2 are kind of have a link, whatever. Alright, so the Joker. Let's talk about the Joker. I actually saw it when it came out last week. But my weekend became real full real quick, so I didn't have the time. Plus, that was the final week of a class I was in, PR class, which I hated. So I had to do all that. And I got sick. I'm still sick. But I'm well enough to do these videos. So here I am with a bit of free time. I love this movie. I do. When I saw it in theaters, it was an experience, man. I mean, I was so uncomfortable, but in a good way, you know. Like, I saw it with some of my cousins. One of them was cringing hard, but she was loving it, though. Like, we actually stood in the middle of the theater just talking about it for a minute. We're like, is this fucked up as a Killing Joke? Like, that's wow. Did I go in with all the hype? No. I avoided any and everything about this movie until I saw it. I mean, most I knew going in was my cousin. She was like, oh, by the way, Joaquin Phoenix got an 8-minute standing ovation for this movie. That's it. I didn't know about the security or the controversy or how this is being called a masterpiece or anything like that. So I went in with clean eyes. And do I think that this was controversial? No. I was far more controversial. I saw the Human Centipede and laughed. That movie was fucked up and I laughed. Okay. This movie, I was like, should I be laughing? Like, I know he's laughing, but he don't want to. He's in pain. Why am I laughing at it? I don't. Like, wow. Like, it's like the world forgot that to make a good Joker movie, it needs to be, there needs to be a good balance of comedy and tragedy. This movie is that perfect balance, okay? This is not a comedy movie, but there's comedy in there. And it's good comedy. It's funny. And it shows up at just the right time. Sometimes. Like I said, there are times we're laughing. Like, should I be laughing? And, like, I went in. I'll come back to that. Like, I know people complained that the Joker's laughing at inappropriate things. It's like, that's the Joker. That's what he does. When he beat Jason Todd to death in Batman: Death in the Family, he was laughing his ass off. That's what he does. I wasn't surprised. I was surprised that they made it a medical condition, a very real medical condition, which it is, and I'm glad they did that. But yeah, man, it's like the world, I don't know, just forgot. I'm not beating myself. What the Joker is, what he's about, what he does, the fact that he's a psychotic sociopath killer that does not care. What were you expecting? Okay. And the level of violence in this is not anywhere near what's being said at all. I'm hearing comparisons. People are saying, well, the new Rambo movie is way more violent. I bet it is. I've seen the other ones, and if the new one's even half as violent as the other ones, a quarter as violent, then it's way more violent than this movie. That said, the violence and all that is grounded so well in reality. Like, DC, this is how you do a dark and gritty comic book movie the right way. Not every character needs to be Batman, okay? Like, this is how you do that. This is a dark movie. But it's also like, they're bright colors, and I like that. you know, and there's scenes in daylight, and it's like, alright, it's like when I first heard about this movie, I assumed it was going to be something like a movie that never was. Like, Chris Farley was going to play another comedian, another, like, troubled comedian. We know Chris Farley was troubled. This other comedian was troubled in different ways. He was going to play Fatty Arbuckle. Now, Chris Farley's troubles are drugs and food. Those were his troubles. And partying. Like, he out-partied some names that are known for doing that kind of thing. Like, that's a feat, man. Yeah, I'm not at all glorifying that. With all due respect. But Fatty Arbuckle's troubles, vastly different. Fatty Arbuckle was a comedian around the silent era, I want to say. And he was really taken off. But then this woman was raped and murdered, and her final words were, "Fatty Arbuckle raped me." As you might imagine, this affected his career a whole lot. He had to deal with that, and people were looking at him the same way. And so I thought we'd see something similar in the Joker movie. I thought it'd be something like that. A great comedy, but a great tragedy. Because the way this movie's talked about, the Chris Farley movie, that's what it would have been. It would have been something that would have really shown what Chris Farley can do beyond physical comedy. Okay. Because you know what they say about comedians. Most comedians, anyway. They always make the best actors. But that never happened, and I assume you know why. So I thought this might be something like that. And in ways it is. Because Joker's dealing with stuff already when we start the movie. And as it progresses, he deals with some shit. And he deals with more shit. And more shit. And he snaps. If you can call it that. I mean, he said so himself pretty blankly. He didn't feel sorry for what he did at all. Okay? Like, the violence in this movie is so effective because it can happen. Like, when the Joker first commits his first murder, it's in self-defense. Much like another killer clown, a very real killer clown. John Wayne Gacy, his first kill, he thought was self-defense. A kid was standing with him, surprised him with breakfast in bed, he choked him out. And then their stories differ, because John Wayne Gacy went into orgasm, and you know his story. Whereas the Joker became the Joker. Like, he started to become a Joker. Like, started to like that idea of killing. And just anarchy and all that. So this shit can happen. Like, there's a scene towards the end, right out of The Dark Knight Returns. Which, yeah, okay. I mean, at least I took a good scene from that. And it's effective. Like, there was kind of a build-up, but you thought he was going a different way. He kept teasing killing himself, but he did something totally different. But you saw it coming, but it was still effective. And, that shit happens. That's happened before. Like, some guy did it in the 80s. And a reporter did it in the 70s without spoiling it. And there's a movie about it. It came out not too long ago. This happens, In fact, not too long ago, some reporters were this happened to some reporters on the news as they were broadcasters. Like, this happens. That's why it's so effective. People are so affected by it. And it's really hard for me to ground movies like this in reality because in this world, men from other planets fly and have super strength. And there's a guy who's just cold and makes ice puns. And there's wherever Ra's al Ghul is. I'd like to lose myself in these stories, but this one, it's like that story is. I'm gonna say the same joke I've been hearing with every other review. Feel good movie of the fucking year, but it's not. It's the opposite. Like, And that's why people are like upset about the violence in this movie. Because you can see my collection. Most of those are horror movies. Some of them pretty violent. More so than the Joker movie. But the difference is, it's not stupid fun, random stupid kills. Each one of these kills meant something to the Joker. Okay? Which then goes into the themes of this movie. This movie's not harming anyone. The themes in this movie are to embrace anarchy, murders. No. No. The themes of this movie are anti-bullying, mental health awareness. That's what this is. I mean, with like The Purge, that's about to come back on in a few days. And I think they're still making movies, like, crap about the movies. Like, immediately I was like, that's a dumb idea. It would never happen because the world would end as we know it. Okay? But somehow the franchise is still going and the TV show is actually somewhat decent. With some of the same ideas, anarchy and violence and no rules and rapes and murders and all that. And nobody's saying shit. We had a dude try to purge in Kentucky, remember? Nobody said shit. People are like, what is he doing? But Joker comes out with a movie and they're like, security and all that. No. And for the record, there was no security at my showing on last Friday. Okay? Nothing. In fact, the theater was almost empty except the Joker movie. What's that tell you? You know, what this is, really, is a conversation that, for some reason, we're still having for what? We're at 40 years now? And that's video games, TV shows, and movies. No, we can go back further. Comic books makes you violent. That's not true, okay? I've been a gamer for almost 25 years. I've been watching horror movies for a little over 20 years. Not violent. Not the Joker, none of that. Okay, I know there are cases where people, like, especially with horror movies, where people run around thinking they're the characters. There's a lot more going on than I'm just going to see Jason and then becoming Jason, which happened in the 80s a number of times. I know Ghostface, people try to be Ghostface. When Scream 4 came out, some dude tried to rob a Taco Bell shop as Ghostface, and he didn't get caught. The whole thing's on camera, it's on YouTube. Like, yeah, I know about this stuff, but there's a lot going on. I know about video games. There was a dude a few years ago who tried to be Agent 47 from Hitman. He had a suit and everything. He started up a mall. It was like, he obviously had a whole lot more going on than that. It wasn't the games that did it. It wasn't these movies that did it. Maybe it, I don't know, sent them over the edge, but it didn't make them do it. Like, these people were already gonna do it. And just also like, it was like, I'll do it like that. Like, no. Like, how stupid do they think we are? Like, well, because the Joker movie comes out, we're gonna form a real Joker squad? No. Come on now. The world is crap right now. We don't need more crap, alright? It is just a movie, man. It is just a fucking movie. Like, remember Night Trap? Okay? Remember how controversial that was? Remember how corny the game is? Like, you're all this controversy. You play the game, it's like, what was the problem? There wasn't one. Everybody would talk about this controversy, getting involved with it. They were asked, did you actually play the game? And you're like, well, no, but what are you talking about? Like, no. If you want to play Night Trap and have a good laugh, I know it's on the PlayStation Network. Very cheap. Have at it. It's an FMV game. So you'll see, wow, those aren't a thing anymore. So. And it wasn't because they were all controversial, it was because they were just awful. Anyway. It just goes back to the age with, like, the video nasties. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Evil Dead. I have like a lot of video nasties in my collection. To think 30 years ago that would have been illegal because somebody's mother got offended. What is that? No. This is ridiculousness. I mean, if you're so worried, do what they did in the 70s. Bring back the midnight movie. Make Joker a midnight movie. But, leave out the drugs and sex and all that. That they used to do in theaters back then. Like, when comic books, it goes back to the 50s with the Tales from the Crypt and all that. Like, it's not just black and white. Alright? Ridiculous conversation. Controversy is nonsense. It's not really all that violent. It's just every murder is effective. That's all. And like, kind of uncomfortable, yeah, but not all. I mean, there's one murder though that's particularly brutal. And the anticipation and it's like, whoa. I mean, there's even some comedy during the murder. I won't spoil it. I mean, yeah. And this is a slow burn, which I love slow burn movies. I do. Like the original Salem's Lot, which turns 40 this year. That's 3 hours. And the first half of the movie, 90 minutes, is just building up Kurt Barlow. The second half, Barlow is unleashed. And it's the scariest movie I've ever seen. This is also a slow burn. I like that. I like, the build up, the anticipation. Speaking of build up, one thing I did not like was the obligatory Bruce Wayne's parents get killed scene. Like, we've seen it already. A lot. It's like the third or fourth time in like 4 or 5 years or something. Like, damn. At least with this one, there's build up to it, because Thomas Wayne's a character in this one. Thomas Wayne is my favorite Batman, because he don't bullshit about what he stands for or what he's about. Unlike Bruce, who does. Oh, I won't kill you, but I won't save you either. Did you just kill them, dumbass? Okay, but that's a different Thomas Wayne in a different universe. This Thomas Wayne is supposed to be the one that inspired Bruce Wayne to become the hero he is, the beacon of good and all that. He's a dick in this movie. He is. As is Alfred. I know Alfred can kind of be a dick in a cool, funny way. Not in this. He's just a dick. Thomas Wayne. You see that image of the whole beacon of good and all that, but then when the cameras are off, he's a dick. And when he meets the Joker, I'm only half mad at him. I mean, somebody's messing with the kid, yeah, you're gonna want a piece of him. I'm not a parent, but you can only imagine, right? Like, that were my parents. If when they just hit him. All Joker did was a smile thing to Bruce, young Bruce. But yeah, I mean, besides that, but Joker finally meets him, and there's something that's this big revelation. I won't spoil it, but that sort of changes how we look at Batman and Joker and their relationship, but it makes sense. And I was obviously surprised and blown away. It's not confirmed or denied. It's open-ended if you really look at the movie. So are Joker's origins, which is funny, which is what it's supposed to be. But his origins is still a mystery, really. Because you find out the story we're being told is not his story, really. Yeah. So that's what I would say about Joker. The movie's crazy. It's uncomfortable. You will cringe, but you will love every second of it. This absolutely is an important movie with actually some surprisingly good awareness messages. That's what this is. Is it a masterpiece like people are saying? Only time will tell. I mean, now for the $1 billion question. is he better than Ledger? And who's my favorite Joker? And I've asked this question to a bunch of people who love Ledger. And they're like, well, you can't be better than Ledger. It's only one movie. I'm like, last I checked, Ledger only did one movie too. So they're one aside. I did Nicholson, who's my favorite Joker, by the way. Him and Mark Hamill right there. Joaquin Phoenix is number 2, right under. I mean, I haven't seen The Dark Knight in a very long time. But I remember every time I saw it, I liked it less and less. So, even some of the Joker stuff, I liked it less and less. Not all of it, just some of it. Like, there's a line in Dark Knight that people are saying in their reviews to get the point across. It's something like, he goes, if I say I'm going to kill a gangbanger, nobody cares. But I want to kill one little bitty governor, everybody goes crazy, or something like that. And yes, that's an important line today and for this movie. I get it. But yeah, no, Ledger's not my favorite Joker. Okay? With all due respect, it's Jack Nicholson and Mark Hamill. And because I haven't seen Dark Knight in a while, I'm putting Joaquin Phoenix above him. Yeah. There we go. Oh, yeah, and I do know about the comparisons. This is getting to a movie called The King of Comedy. I've never heard of that. Well, I've never seen it, but I have heard of it. And Taxi Driver, which I did notice that. Yes, there's more than a few now. It's a Taxi Driver, which also stars Robert De Niro, who has a mohawk, a sweet-ass mohawk, not unlike my own. But I did this before I saw Joker. This wasn't inspired by any of that. This is something I wanted to do. Something I could easily manage, my bad shoulders. But yeah. And it looks cool. Yeah. So yeah, if I had to give Joker a lesser grade, it's an A-. That's only because of the whole Bruce Wayne's parents getting killed again thing. And like with Nicholson's Joker, like with Nicholson's Joker, Joaquin Phoenix Joker is kind of responsible. This time it's indirectly, which I feel better about because I wasn't too sure when Nicholson just flat out killed him in Batman '89. Spoilers if you haven't seen that movie, it's 30 now. But yeah. And yes, I know there are nods and references to Heath Ledger's Joker. I noticed that. But one more note I like is the makeup. I love it. It's not just your stereotypical Joker makeup, but I dig it. I also like sometimes I want to say the left eye will run blue. There'll be a blue line going down the side of his face. Really effective. I love it. Anyway, that's Joker.